Another hunt.
Wake up with you on my mind. Celebrating this kind of time. So I leave my work out like Shakira. I so why call me a mulera. Jagara kura de nera. Just wanna put you in my cabera. So I check my baggage for some scenting. Wagaranyo, kukuri rente. Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, 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 chop it up.
Kinda, N-O-Y, mere. Kinda, be a bad belly. Kinda, tell me if you feel it. Kinda, do it when you're ready. Kinda, tabina kanene. Kinda, hands up in the air like. Kinda, N-O-Y, mere. Kinda, be a bad belly. Kinda. Anaduku dance the high caliber. People like it, basaja balaba. Asasi, asasi, mardadi, fisasi. Kanda milani, tebutu, fisasi. Too much beauty, you don't need a trace. Bring it up, yo, jibunana. Hilo zaidi, jabanana. Talkum kul kanda mana.
Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, 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 chop it up.
Kinda, N-O-Y, mere. Kinda, be a bad belly. Kinda, tell me if you feel it. Kinda, do it when you're ready. Kinda, tabina kanene. Kinda, hands up in the air like. Kinda, N-O-Y, mere. Kinda, be a bad belly. Kinda.
I got the same mystery as chapati, origins of India, but born in Eugene. Rock brown skin, bandi muna Ugandaru, yemeko muru zungune muru ganda. So I take my kavera, get it like a panda, cause I wanna eat it early, so before le machetanda. Chapa was a part, now it's the whole me, Rubitano, yeah, bay, quata quata cordero. Quata quata cordero. Quata quata cordero. Quata quata cordero. Cordero.
Fresh in the morning, fikaraye. Twisted roll, take with chaye. Some people have this motto called Commando. I've been singing this song about Mambo Bado. If you wanna get a taste, come to my store. Doing kanda is so nice and simple. Unataka moja au triple. Kanda non-stop and feed the people.
Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it up. Chop, 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 chop it up.
Kanda, N-O-Y, mere. Kanda, be a bad belly. Kanda, tell me if you feel it. Kanda, do it when you're ready. Kanda, tabina kanene. Kanda, hands up in the air like. Kanda, N-O-Y, mere. Kanda, be a bad belly. Kanda, N-O-Y, mere. Kanda, be a bad belly. Kanda, tell me if you feel it. Kanda, do it when you're ready. Kanda, tabina kanene. Kanda,
Hands start to gonna be like.
Kanda, N-O-Y, mere. Kanda, be a bad belly. Kanda.
Ironically, I almost changed the song last minute because of recent events over the past couple of days. However, I'm glad I kept that song in there because I'm about to delve into some very, very deep topics in a moment. So I'm glad we had that little uplifting rap by our boy Young Cardamom from New York City. We'll add Zombie in here. There we go.
You might recognize his face.
Right. I mean, just a young up-and-coming rapper, New York City.
He's
33
might look familiar.
Right. But, yeah, before we get to actually, we are going to get to the nitty-gritty, but unless you live underneath a rock, and I'm saying all this before my brain gets dumb because of the gummy, because I have a lot of talking points. Unfortunately, Sunday afternoon and evening in the state of Idaho, someone decided it would be a great idea to start setting fires in the forest, and lured firefighters and EMS to said call, and decided to start open fire on them.
Well, what she's talking about is the guy set up an ambush.
Yeah.
The guy lit a fire in the Idaho woods, and to lure the firefighters in. Apparently, he had and I mean, they called it an interaction with the firefighters, but things clearly went very south, and 2 firefighters died. 1 is in the hospital in critical but stable condition. And yeah, I remember finding out about this. I was just mystified. I was like, this makes no sense.
Because it's essentially unheard of.
Yeah.
It's literally like finding a unicorn. Like you were never gonna
The evil dog unicorn.
Yeah, it's a fucked up unicorn, but yeah, it's a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
But before I go any further, I would like to extend my condolences out to the families of Battalion Chief Frank Harwood, who was born in 1983, last call 2025, and Battalion Chief John Morrison, born 1973, last call 2025. They were the victims of this ambush. I actually found out something earlier, and I'm not sure if this is 100% true or not, but take it with a grain of salt. Supposedly, they refused treatment from EMS there because they were terrified of them getting hit by the crossfire.
Oh, that's really sad.
So, in a way, if this is true, and honestly, I believe it, because for those who don't know, I am in a first responder family. My oldest brother is still with fire and EMS. The second oldest is retired. I have cousins who are in the fire department more south of my state. So this is something very personal to me, essentially.
Yeah. Well,
And
I mean, you said it reminded you of a call that one of your brothers once had.
Yeah, and I'll get to that, but yeah, I could definitely see a firefighter doing that without a doubt. It's like, no, don't help me. Get out. Like, get out of here. Which, yeah. And also, the gentleman who is in the hospital, David, I cannot pronounce his last name, and I am so sorry about that.
Just call him David.
Yeah. He's an engineer, which is kind of like, I don't know how to describe it without completely alienating one part of the internet where they're like, what is she talking about? there's different
engineer, the bus driver.
Engineers are do like the tech work, but also they do fight fires as well. That's probably the easiest way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he is still in the hospital. He's in stable condition, although critical, and his family is there with him. Mm-hmm. And as I heard, he was awake and alert.
Yeah, so he was awake and alert. His family put out a statement about, thanking everybody for their support and everything. Hopefully this guy recovers, because y'all, this fucker used a shotgun with buckshots as a sniper rifle.
And for those who are unfamiliar with buckshots, they're meant to tear apart.
They're meant to tear apart and do as much collateral damage as possible. And so this guy is honestly lucky that he made it to the hospital. One of the ones that was alive died, was pronounced dead on scene once he got to the hospital. But the guy who... I
put a thing in the chat. I'm just going to... Because I want to put it up on screen, so that's why it's in the chat. Yeah. Can I save this thing?
But this guy, they not only had to remove all the shrapnel that was in his body, but probably also had to do a lot of reconstructive surgery of organs, of muscles, maybe even bone. Like buckshots from a shotgun will do a number, and this guy is incredibly lucky that he's still alive.
Definitely.
And hopefully it stays that way.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Because it's definitely gonna be a rough couple of days, a rough couple of weeks for that community, especially obviously for the families, because they have to bury 2 fathers, 2 husbands, 2 sons. Because and also I with Battalion Chief Harwood, he was also an Army National Guard veteran.
Yeah, he was.
Which is also adds another layer of heartbreak because a veteran was shot and killed.
Yeah. Though Christine and I were talking about how a lot of these guys probably were veterans in National Guard, and so their training probably saved their asses.
Exactly.
Because once the firing started, just switch into military training, and that probably saved their lives.
Exactly.
And then the conversation quickly derailed into how we would use the fire hose to knock the guy out of the tree.
I mean, I honestly would use the engine itself as a battering ram because that's about 10,000.
You use it as a battering ram, I'll wield the hose.
Yeah, I actually, another family friend on Facebook, a retired fire lieutenant, posted that. So I nabbed it, and so I'm going to put it up here as we're talking about these 2 gentlemen. And also, I cannot pronounce the fucking counties that they're from. Well, the one, Kootenai?
Cootie County.
Oh.
I remember that very distinctly because the police sheriff went Cootie County coroner.
That sounds like a horrific, corner store. I mean, to add a little bit of gallows humor to this, which is also the type of humor firefighters
I know,
have.
it's just like, I'm sure first responders would appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, growing up around, I literally grew up at a fire station. Like, no joke. My brothers, when they were volunteers, would bring me to the local fire station, and I'd hang out there. Like, when I mentioned a zombie last night, how I knew exactly the power of a fire hose because I physically held one. Because this is actually a funny story. I want to say I was maybe 7 or 8 years old at the time. This is before I ended up living with my dad. I remember that. And it was a day where I think there was only one career. Well, actually, technically, there should have been only one career guy on duty because I want to say it was like the weekend or something. Because you can't let the volunteers run rampant because they're volunteers. If you know, you know. But my brothers decided that they were going to spray one of their fellow firefighters with a fire hose, and I was going to be the one helping them. And so I was holding the front of it while they were both behind me, and yep, we sprayed the hell out of this one guy. And yeah, he was pretty much yelling, knock it off, stab it. And yeah, at one point he did fall over. But yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I've essentially grown up in fire stations my entire life. Like hell, when I was a baby, apparently the current volunteer fire chief of my county was my babysitter.
That's why you grew up so mentally sound.
It fucking really makes sense, honestly. Because if you're not laughing, you're crying. That's what another fucking volunteer captain told me. Advice. Because yeah, that's the thing. Like if you can't find it at least a little bit of humor in the calls you're running, then yeah, you're gonna be extremely
it's like I mean, even with my stuff, it's like I've told folks, like if I didn't laugh, I would be dead.
Right. I mean, I'm honestly going to use myself as a guinea pig again for another story. Everybody knows this story. Everybody knows about how I found my dad dead on the kitchen floor. The slight funny part of that entire night, and this is only really funny looking back on it, is that the resource officer from my middle school, you know, the cop that they usually have at every, elementary, middle, and high school, was on that call. And we both locked eyes, and he was so awkward. He was just like, I am so sorry. I'm like, it's okay, Officer Humphreys. But it was just like awkwardness looking back on it. It's just like, oh Lord.
I mean, the only funniest like police story I can think of is my grandpa, because my grandpa was off duty and somebody tried to hijack his car while he was in it. Didn't go very well for them.
Yeah, I guess if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
But in terms of firefighters, I've only ever had like one firefighter experience. It was pretty cool in hindsight, very scary at the time, because my class, I want to say I may have even been in first grade. In fact, it may have even been kindergarten. It was either kindergarten, grades K through 2, I want to say, is when I went. And they had it, we toured the fire station and we went upstairs, and then we had to face the pole.
Oh yeah, the infamous and very stereotypical firefighter pole.
And we could opt out. It was a matter of pride, though. And I remember when it was my turn, I was looking down, like, they're just like, it's okay, you can go down or something. They were like trying to encourage me. I'm like, I hope you guys realize that's a very long way down in kid inches.
Right. For, let's say, just general overall, just, firefighter physique. Let's say a 6 foot tall man. Yeah, that's not going to be too bad for them versus, 4 foot something child.
Yeah. I was like, no, that is very long way down in kid inches. And finally one of the firefighters came up and like held his arms up, and then I felt okay enough to go down the pole. And then we got into fire truck.
Isn't it cool?
It is cool. We drove around the block in the fire truck.
What's actually almost as cool as riding around the fire truck, and actually I have a couple of riding around ambulance stories. There was
I've never been in an ambulance. Hope I never am.
I've been in the front of one many times with firefighters that I knew personally. Because when you have two brothers like mine, unfortunately, that last name spreads like wildfire. Mm-hmm. There's actually a little bit of a segue. When I used to work at my local food line, that's when my oldest brother was stationed just down the road from me. And a lot of times their crew would come in and, get stuff so they can, make their lunches and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing, Station 3 come in. And I see my brother. I'm like, oh, Lord, trouble just walked in. And he shoots up and he starts busting out laughing. and the other guys and gals were like, what the hell? And he was like, he's like, yeah, she's my sister. And they all came up to me and they were apologizing. Like, sorry you're related to him. Okay. But then, like, after that, anytime that they would come to, my food line, they would always go right to my line. They're like, oh, that's so-and-so's sister. All right.
Yeah, they know they can talk shit with you.
Pretty much. Like, God, that was hysterical. Just him just, walking in. Next thing you know, he hears me. She's like, what the fuck? And even when he put his stuff down the conveyor belt, I was just like judging him. I'm like, what do you need this for? What do you need this crap for? And his buddies are fucking dying at this point. But it's hysterical because even though I have a different last name for my brothers, because two different dads, I've been assimilated to that last name essentially now. I mean, hell, some of both mutual co-workers of my brothers would do what all firefighters do. Pretty much how firefighters communicate with each other is calling you by your last name. Like, let's say like Smith, Johnson, Tanner, like that. You're like, hey Smith, and then you respond.
Yep.
I was assimilated into that. They'd be like, hey so and so. I'd be like, huh? That actually happened to me at a NASCAR race because it was me, both my brothers, my mom, and my brother's friends, and they were both extremely drunk because NASCAR race, you do you. I'm walking back to our little like tailgate site, and I hear T, and he sees me, and he starts yelling my brother's last name, and I look up, I was like, oh hey, what's up? He's like, woo! I'm like, oh my god, y'all are a mess. I actually have a photo of them. So I think it's on my mom's Facebook of them because they decided to cosplay as stereotypical rednecks. They actually brought mullet wigs, and they were shirtless the entire time, just causing chaos.
I mean, that totally is first responder energy.
Yep. And like that same fucking race, we had our other family friend, the now retired lieutenant, there, and I don't understand how this woman could fucking beat me at checkers after how drunk she got. I don't know how she did it, but every single time I'm just like, yo, how are you able to fucking beat me at checkers? I'm sober as a judge, and you are hanging on for dear life, about to go in the spirit world, and you somehow beat me at checkers. What the hell kind of savant bullshit is this?
No. Shoot.
Oh, is Johnny being a bugaboo?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like I have plenty of lighthearted stories about the fire department and whatnot, EMS.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one where it's not the happiest, but and I'm gonna fucking my lungs are gonna give out apparently too. Great, but since these two gentlemen featured on screen right here are probably gonna have pretty extravagant funerals, my guess, especially if the fire department is handling all the expenses, because a lot of times they will do that to help ease the burden off families.
Yeah.
Because I want to say that is what happened with another family friend of ours who did die in the line of duty back in 2007. Because his funeral was actually held at I showed Zombie the video montage that was taken back in 2007. And they essentially rented out a concert pavilion because there was over 10,000 attendees. Like, there was actually firefighters from Canada there.
Yeah, I'm guessing that in that that town in Idaho is gonna have to accommodate a lot of guests.
Oh yes, especially because they're all gonna be fucking firefighters.
Yeah.
I mean, if even though with the funeral that I went to, it was still pretty massive. It could have been bigger, honestly.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be bigger for this one because these guys didn't just die in the line of duty; they were murdered.
Yeah, they were martyred essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because now I'm thinking back to the funeral that I attended, which actually I have a lighthearted story about that funeral too. Funny enough, it was mainly because we almost got lost on the way to the fucking venue. And so we were like, and this was back before I even had a cell phone. And shout out to my boy. He's the reason I actually got a cell phone when I was a teenager. because nobody could reach me about his death until 12 hours after the fact. But I digress. And so it's me and my mom, 17-year-old me trying to, read MapQuest on a piece of paper because, cell phones weren't that advanced back in the day.
Yep.
I mean, we all had flip phones pretty much, or Nokias. And so we're getting fucking lost at this point. We're worried about missing the damn thing. And both my brothers were busy, so we couldn't call them and get help. And so we end up seeing a convoy of, I want to say it was 3 engines and 2 ambulances from different parts of the state. Not the county, the state.
So you stalked them?
Oh, yeah, we went right behind that convoy. We just followed them. Me and Mom just kind of looked at each other. It's like, okay, it's safe to assume where they're going.
Yeah.
So we're just going to tag along. We became like the caboose of this unofficial convoy, which is pretty wild to be a part of, too. Because they had their lights on. Not their sirens, but they had their lights on.
Yeah.
Whatnot. It's kind of like the same with the funeral procession in a way. Kind of alerting other drivers, hey, we're on our way to something. But yeah, we ended up getting to the venue, and it was beautiful. The whole setup was beautiful. I remember talking to my mom and her friend, because her friend actually used to work with this firefighter before he became a firefighter back in the day as like teenagers, like 17, 18 years old. And so, God, it was wild because it's not like we were all being loud and obnoxious. But we somehow all heard the fire engine approaching that was carrying his casket. And everybody just went silent immediately. Like you could hear a fucking pin drop as this engine approaches. And yeah, they unloaded the casket, brought it off, and they also had a walking procession behind the casket of different firefighters who were on the call that he died on. And my brother was front and center holding the jacket that he died in, which I know for a fact that must have killed my brother because for 2 reasons. One, obviously they were like best friends.
Yeah.
2, my brother was his training officer.
No.
And so, yeah, like in the video that I showed you, Zombie, you could just tell that he was just not there mentally. Like he was worlds away. And yeah, the whole ceremony was absolutely beautiful. I started getting emotional when I heard the fucking bagpipers, which I hate Scottish bagpipers now because of that. Scottish ones in particular, because Scottish and Irish sound completely different. If no one knew. But yeah, that whole service was beautiful, but it was awful at the same time, just emotionally. It's like, oh God. But I don't expect any less from what these guys are going to have, essentially, because they're going to be sent off the right way.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like I said, it might even be bigger than that because oh my God, brain finish sentence. Because they were killed, like murdered.
Yeah. And for anyone who's listening, who's ever been to a firefighter funeral or even like a police officer funeral, they show up and show out.
Yeah.
Like I said, Zombie, a clip of a funeral that happened last year in New York City. And you would have thought it was a fucking parade if you hadn't realized, oh, this is a funeral procession.
Yeah, you would think, it's like you'd think the president had died or something.
Well, that's just how firefighters do it. They show up and show out.
Yeah.
Because in a way, it is a part of funeral culture with the fire department because they have set traditions that they do for each and every funeral. Like, the casket arriving on the engine of the station that the firefighter, like for example, like with our family friend, he was at station 12. It was a station. Actually, no, it wasn't actually. It was a different stations. Okay. Either way, the casket's arriving on a fire truck. It's gonna be loaded off. There's gonna be bagpipers doing Amazing Grace, and after the end of the service, okay, wrong time, telemarketers. Come on now. But at the end of the service, they'll bring out a bell, essentially a big bell, and they will ring that bell. Essentially, sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional. Essentially,
you can do it.
I know, I'm trying. Essentially,
Kay says hi.
Shit. Come on, you can find the words, damn it. Essentially, signifying that firefighter's last call.
No.
Whew. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's like hearing that bell. But all right, I made it through that part. Yeah, it's usually the Amazing Grace bagpipes and the fucking bell that get me. But yeah, that's a guesstimate of what I feel like these guys are gonna have for their respective funerals, or if the families decide to, they could have a joint service, which is up to the families, completely up to them.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god, the fucking! Did you see the convoy that they had when they were transferring the body?
I've been looking for it and I can't, and like for some reason it never comes up. I've been wanting to see it.
It was incredible. It was massive too.
Yeah,
like a couple miles long, big.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of folks were gathering at intersections, like overpasses, which rightfully so.
Yeah,
cheering on these heroes that essentially sacrificed their lives to try to put out these flames, not knowing that they were going to be killed, like murdered.
Yeah. Do you know if your brother's planning to head to those funerals?
I don't think so, honestly.
Okay.
I know years back, after the 2007 funeral that we attended, they did go to a National Fallen Firefighter Foundation thing in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
which because our family friend was featured on the wall that they erected there. That's similar to the Vietnam Wall, so to speak, but it has firefighters and first responder names on it.
Mm-hmm.
And our family friend is on there, so I have no doubt that these guys are going to be put on that wall too.
Absolutely.
And they definitely deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't think either of them are going to be going out there. I don't think the lieutenant family friend's going to be going. Actually, who knows? She might go out there. Since she's retired, she's been traveling all over the states. She was in your state not that long ago.
Wow.
Yeah, she's been traveling mainly across the American Southwest, and she's been taking photos. It's been really cool to follow.
Hopefully she didn't take a picture of me.
A wild zombie appears.
A wild zombie appears. She's doxed me.
Fuck. But I don't know if anyone I personally know is going to be going out there.
I mean, you never know.
Oh yeah, there could be a last minute thing, hey, I'm heading out to Idaho.
Yeah. But hopefully that guy, actually you would probably know what's happening with this. Hopefully the guy recovers and gets some awards or medals when he leaves.
Mm-hmm. He probably is going to get some sort of award, because my oldest brother has gotten a couple.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called exactly, but it's like a bravery type of award. In a way, it's like a Purple Heart, but for firefighters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I can guarantee right now that David T, I'm just going to call him that, is probably going to retire early.
Yeah, he's probably already getting lots of visits from firefighters.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of brothers and sisters from across the state, if not across the country.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing. And I explained this to Zombie last night. Sorry, I'm eating chicken now. Don't mind me. Is that when it comes to and folks who have family in the police department or are part of the police department know this. There's a brotherhood. If you're a firefighter EMS or if you have family that are firefighter EMS, it's like a giant family. Pretty much when one of us dies in the line of duty, everybody mourns. And whatnot. Like even today, while I was at my job, I actually encountered the battalion chief at the base's fire department, which, for those who don't know, a lot of military bases do have their own fire department. It's just easier than, calling 911.
Hold on, you cut out for a few minutes.
Oh shit, I did?
For a sec. So run that by us again.
Okay, what was the last part you heard?
You're asking me?
Bitch, you're the only one listening right now.
Oh.
But yeah, essentially, the fire department EMS is like a big brotherhood. It
was after that part.
Okay. But yeah, everybody's this big old family. Like I was at my job today. So I work on a military base, and for those who don't know, each military base has their own fire department. It's just easier than call 911 and have someone.
Yeah, it's kind of like airports. Airports are like that too.
And the battalion chief of this fire station came to my job, my restaurant, and I got to talk to him a little bit, and I was joking around about with my older brother and how he's been a firefighter since 1997. I called my brother old. We were both laughing. And then at the end, I wrapped it up. I'm like, "Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for your service." And he was genuinely touched.
No.
Yeah, it was like brother to sister type of thing. Yeah, it was a touching little moment. But I have noticed on social media that a lot of firefighter families are putting up red lights in their windows or their porch lights to in honor of these two gentlemen.
Oh, that's a good idea for you guys.
I'm gonna be doing that with my little mood lights. I have a red setting on it.
Oh, that's true.
Actually, let me do that right now. I'm thinking about it.
Well, you do that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get water.
All right. All right, there we go. Red.
I didn't think so.
Like a little intermission from the heavy topics.
No.
Joey, I appreciate you being comic relief.
Meow, meow, meow. 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 Meow, 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 meow. That's exactly what you sound like. Oh my god. She shut the fuck up after I did that.
Well, yeah, because you embarrassed her.
my God. Okay, guys.
Intermission time. Meow.
What was I looking for? Right. Yay!
Oh, what happened?
I found one!
Found one what?
I found one butter knife!
Hey!
I'll be right there. I'm almost done.
No,
Going as fast as I can.
you're good. Taking this as like a little intermission time.
I returned.
Alright, so yeah, everyone keep your thoughts. Well, I hate saying thoughts.
From what we know of the guy, we don't know much.
But yeah, we have his name though, actually. Wes Rowley? Rowley.
Rowley.
20-year-old kid.
20 years old, homeless. The only connection he might possibly have to firefighters at all is that he apparently wanted to become one at one point.
I mean, hey, noble thing to strive for, but
Yeah.
God damn, you take the way you go about it.
But we still don't know his motive, if he had a manifesto. For all we know, he just could have been a crazy person who had a bad day.
It's like, did he just decide to go Art the Clown and start, fucking taking out firefighters, or what's going on? And we'll never know at least his side of the story because he decided to off himself afterwards, which coward, by the way. The only time I'll ever say someone that died from unaliving was cowardly is during that type of deal.
It reminded me a lot of a friend. It was either my stepmom's friend or the friend of a friend. But he, caution warning everybody. He decided to take himself out by crashing a bus full of civilians.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That instance, that's being very cowardly. You're bringing in others unwillingly into your attempt, which
you cut out again. FYI.
I was chewing something.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was silent for a moment. But yeah, we don't know that much about this kid, except that he was homeless. he had a couple of infractions with the cops, but they're fairly mild, like trespassing, essentially. Which, hey, if you're a homeless person and you're living out of your car, folks are going to end up calling the cops on you because you're in a parking lot for too long, you know? But yeah, everyone, keep your thoughts and prayers. Send good vibes to the families of the fallen, and for David T, who's recovering in the hospital. Hopefully, he makes a speedy recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And on to even more sad news.
Y'all want a nice little palate cleanser?
Actually, after what the short thing I'm about to say now, that's referring to Representative Hortman, her husband, and the dog, because they were also murdered by a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
And during the week, their bodies lied in state at the Minnesota State Capitol.
Uh-huh.
And this I find to be kind of like a cool like little tidbit. The assailant shot and killed their dog as well.
Mm-hmm.
The dog was cremated. They actually had the dog's urn plus a blown up photo of him right next to his mom and dad's casket.
I saw that too.
Yeah, baby boy Gilbert. So he was, unfortunately, for all the wrong reasons, was the first dog to lie in state at any Capitol building.
No.
So he made a little bit of history.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that service also is very beautiful. Former President Joe Biden went there. He talked to the family. He and former Vice President Kamala Harris went to the funeral itself as well. And the service was beautiful. All that, they deserved every bit of it. But yeah, palate cleanser time. I'm making myself sad.
Zoran Mamdani has been officially declared the Democratic primary candidate, and by no small margin. He won 12 points ahead of Cuomo.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, when was the last time you heard of like any candidate other than one that's in like a deep red state getting like 12 points ahead or something? Mm-hmm. Or even 9 points. 9 points ahead of somebody is considered comfortable. It's considered a good margin.
A comfortable lead over your opponent.
Mm-hmm. But 12? Man. I wish they'd let the moderate narrative die.
Right. I saw a clip of I want to say it was this year's Pride Parade in New York City, and the mayor of New York, current mayor of New York, Eric Adams, walked in the parade. Everybody was pretty much kind of quiet around him. There's a couple of yays, a couple of boos. The moment Mamdani and his crew rolled up, it was like a fucking party, man. Like, it's like everybody was turning up and showing out. I was like, hey. And he was having a good old time, too. It was great. But yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's like Mamdani's definitely lighting the fire underneath everybody's asses, it seems like.
He is. I mean, that's the thing. For the longest time, I have hated how most Democrats think that their election is a given. Mm-hmm. That votes will just fall in their lap because Donald Trump is that atrocious of a human being. Mm-hmm. In 2020, that might have been true because we were just so desperate to get rid of him. But eventually at all. And Mamdani himself actually touches on how all the failing systems of our government why does my brain do this?
You're like, damn it, I'm having a brain fart now.
That all the existing aspects of our government and our society, that it's too demoralizing, and none of the politics, and so why enter a zero-sum game? Is what it came down to. And Zoran, and like, there's been a few outliers here and there. There's AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Mamdani, Lander, actually, Brian Lander, who's kind of the unsung hero of all of the election, because they did ranked choice voting. That is a conversation for another day. But the long story short is they add up all the votes, because you can vote for it. You can vote for everybody. And they give everybody points based on order of preference. There we go. But you know, a lot of the younger generation, especially, was really disillusioned, and for good reason. I mean, I think millennials and younger, it's just a natural state of disillusionment.
Yep.
But Mamdani was able to turn out record number of young voters, record number of voters like who hadn't voted in primaries forever. He was able to get them out. Why do you ask? Well, it's just so frustrating.
Yep.
I could go on for a while.
Right. Yeah, it's been absolutely wild. Yeah, he's been shaking everything up. He's gotten kudos from fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson, for fuck's sakes.
Right.
Like, what timeline are we on now? Like, the hell? It's like they both also insulted him right after the fact, called him communist.
Yeah.
However, before him, Marjorie especially had a good point. It's just like he spoke directly to the folks of New York and listened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Which, hey,
that's what we're talking about with how he's able to revitalize everything. Because, I mean, the thing is, we've been telling them to their faces. We want more AOCs. We want more Bernie Sanderses. We want more of this energy. And only now and like, we've been telling them that for years. And so Zoran Mamdani comes in and does the thing we've been asking and puts forth a plan we've been asking for. And they're like, how could this happen?
Wait, what happened?
What happened, huh? That's like, have you got your hearing checked? Actually, they're all old, so they're probably like partially deaf.
Right.
That explains it. Well, actually, it doesn't explain Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is weird that way.
I mean, politics in general is weird when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, speaking of Mamdani, the fucking what's his dude name? I wrote it down. Andy Ogles, what the fuck, I don't know. From Tennessee, that representative wants to look into getting Mondani deported, of course.
Tennessee is yet another state that's its own pocket of reality, and it's its own pocket of hell.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I
same with
what they did this weekend. They did something that Tennessee made it illegal to shelter immigrants. Tennessee's always the one to do that kind of stuff. Did you know that Tennessee didn't even abolish slavery until the 21st century?
That's wild. However, I'm not surprised.
In Tennessee, it was legal to have slaves up until 2013, I think.
That's a frightening thought.
Yeah. So, like I said, Tennessee is its own pocket of hell.
Yeah, it really is. Trying to look at my list because we're going all over the place with this fucking topic list. Oh, yeah, speaking of deportation now, and this is semi-breaking news.
My cat.
Oh, all right, intermission time. Oh, goodness.
Damn it.
Oh, no.
What the fuck just got on my hand?
Golly.
I return.
Yeah. Speaking of deportation, since Musk and Trump have been firing back at each other again now,
Oh my god.
someone could look into deporting Musk, which honestly, go ahead and do it. That'd be funny as shit.
Honestly, would.
Because he can't go back to South Africa because he's banned from his own fucking home country.
Oh, he is?
I think he is. Either that or they won't let any of his companies touch South Africa, which also, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And like everybody's been saying, both of us have been saying this, you can't have two narcissists in the same fucking room.
Nope. You can't.
They will cannibalize each other.
Exactly. And that's exactly what happened. I fucking love them tearing, like, please, maul each other.
Right. That's like when I heard that Trump wanted to looking at deporting Elon. I'm like, please go ahead. I want you to deport this immigrant in particular.
I love what he's doing. Like, this fucking bill in Congress, it's just a total fiasco. Like,
it's a fucking sham.
It's funny. Like, well, I meant it's bad in the sense that we're talking about the quote unquote one big beautiful bill, which is gonna do a lot of horrible things and kill a lot of horrible folks. But otherwise, it's just been a complete clown show, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hosted by actual clowns.
Washington D.C. is the big fucking circus on the planet, and the fucking Senate retirement home. Yeah, that bill is just—it's been going back and forth, back and forth between the fucking House and the Senate. Now it's going back to the fucking House.
It's going back to the House. Like it's bad in the sense that we're talking about that bill, but it's funny because nobody can agree on anything.
Right.
Nobody can agree on anything. It keeps going back and forth between the Senate. Not even the Republicans can't even agree among themselves. And now you have Trump on one side saying this needs to be passed by July 4th. And then on the other side, you have Elon Musk saying, I'm going to destroy anybody who votes for this bill. It's the most powerful man in the world versus the richest man in the world.
If it weren't for the fact that this is all so fucking dangerous, I would be laughing.
Yeah, like I said, it's a clown show, except the clowns are now running the government.
Mm-hmm. I miss when clowns were only
this is a fucking Charlie Chaplin skit. Like, I swear.
I was about to say, are you trying to tempt me with old Hollywood footage? No, that's a weakness. Slip me some Buster Keaton and whoo! I'm kidding. It was just completely fucking oh god damn it. Speaking of Trump, he finally did it. He fucking destroyed Tulip/Rose Garden, the one that Jackie Kennedy started. Well, actually, no, she didn't start it, but she planted the tulips that were growing from the Kennedy presidency all the way up to present day. And yeah, they fucking paved it over and made a patio.
Of course.
They wanted, supposedly they wanted it to look more like Mar-a-Lago. You got Air Force One and that plane from Qatar. You could go to fucking Mar-a-Lago whenever the fuck you want. It's like, why do you have to just... It's like, why the fuck isn't Robert Kennedy Jr. saying shit about his fucking aunt's garden being destroyed? Like, what the hell? It's just
My thoughts are coming extremely slowly now.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like spitfire, and you're like, hold up.
Yeah, I'm a AOL dial-up tone now. And I already completely forget what we were talking about.
Okay, we can segue into slightly better things.
Sure.
Garden update. Would you like to go first?
My garden's doing pretty well. The beans are sprouting. The squash, the beets, the carrots, like everything's growing. Scraggly has graduated to the windowsill. So everybody give him a clap. And I'm also recently got a bunch of vegetables. 2 russets, 2 Yukon Golds, 1 head of garlic, 2 onions, 1 yellow onion, and 1 Vidalia onion.
Ooh, you got that fancy sweet onion.
Fun fact, everybody. Zombie's partner lives near Vidalia.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It's one of the few things in Georgia that they're proud of. It's the Vidalia onions.
It's like Kentucky can only really say that the good things about Denmark, their bourbon distilleries, and maybe the Derby.
Right. Even I say the Derby is suspect.
Yeah, that's awesome though. For those who don't know, unfortunately, I had to call Dave the Thai bird pepper plant because of blight, which zombie jinxed me. No, I'm kidding. But yes, I unfortunately had to call that plant, which sucks because I was really looking forward to growing my own Thai bird chilies. However, I do have another one, hopefully germinating soon. However, Anne, the mini sweet bell pepper plant, she's getting too big for her britches. I'm like, probably in maybe 2 more weeks max, I might have to repop her. But she's been growing like a weed.
I was going to transplant Weedy until somebody ate the fucking leaves.
I love the fact that you're like, yeah, Weedy's safe around Joey. Meanwhile, Joey, yum.
Yeah. And like some of them she didn't even eat. She just snipped them off. And I'm wondering if that was before or after she puked all over the floor.
She wanted revenge on Weedy, so she just plucked off his fucking leaves. Joey being a petty bitch, and I love it. Yeah, like my chives are looking not so drunk now. They're starting to straighten up. The oregano is sprouting. And the basil clipping has sprouted roots, and I'm so excited. I'm like, yay, I have another basil plant.
Oh, I also got leeks and scallions put into the garden this afternoon. The fact that I only got like 6 hours of sleep last night is just hitting me.
And also, you also took an indica gummy, so that's going to start compounding. Like, I'm waiting for mine to really kick in so my fucking cramps will go away, because right now they're... Like, if I had to say between a 1 and a 10, 10 being the worst, right now I'm at like a 6 and a 6.5. I want to at least be down to like a 4. I'd rather have the dull roar right now.
Yeah.
Instead of this angry fucking pit bull.
Actually, I'm not cramping anymore.
Well, I'm kidding.
I was actually able to have some food, and I had myself an AB&J sandwich because the gastritis is doing the most.
Oh god, gastritis.
It feels like the devil himself is taking an iron poker and jabbing your stomach lining with it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But when the pain isn't that bad, you just feel really sick and sometimes even vomit.
me every month when I start my period now, ever since I turned fucking 35, I'm like, god damn it, my body's revolting against me even further. Like, son of a bitch. It's like, that's almost my new calling card now for a fucking, menstrual cycle. It's just like, oh.
Yep.
Like, you called me out last night about, you're like, you better fucking microdose so you don't vomit in the morning. I'm like, what?
Yep.
You're like, bitch, I know you.
Mm-hmm. I do know you. You were definitely gonna try and just manly your way through it.
Because to be a man. But today, though, I'll admit, was definitely rough because I was not feeling good whatsoever. And being at my job, thankfully I got out 2 hours early. That was awesome. Because even my boss realized, she's like, yeah, you don't look like you feel well. Your face just doesn't look right. I'm like, thank you. It's like either that or like, are you trying to insult me right now?
Right, it's just like, what kind of backhanded sympathy is this?
Right. It's just like, I don't know if I should feel, touched or offended. It's like you call me ugly.
That's like that one time I had a flare up. I was having a flare up of my pain, and Joey had a vet appointment that morning, and Joey's vet actually comes sees me. And I was only just able to get out of the bed when she arrived. And she took one look at me and she was like, oh, rough day, huh?
Yeah, I would have been like, I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, she's like, rough day, huh? And I'm just like, yeah, rough day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell if I want to thank you or spite you for noticing.
Right. Oh, that reminds me, and I forgot to send it to you, but I finally, after 7.5 fucking months, have gotten my little manager name tag. I'm like, yay!
Yay!
I was like, yay! I wish I could celebrate.
You can wear it on your chest so everybody knows where to look.
You're telling me. I mean, to be frank, there's a lot of male Marines that know my name. There's a lot of male Marines that know my name, call me Miss Christine. I'm just like, fucking hell. Weirdly enough, this week alone, got 2 compliments about my eyes. Like, one woman was like, oh my god, I've never seen gray eyes before. I'm like, okay. I'm like, they look a little bit more blue indoors. She's like, no, they're gray. I'm like, okay. You sound like you're gonna steal my eyeballs.
Yeah, thank you, question mark.
Right.
Are you gonna put me in the back of a black van?
Right. It's like, am I some sort of fucking oddity that you...
Well, it's just like, are you gonna sell my eyeballs on the black market?
I mean, I am AB negative, so I have the second rarest blood type on the planet. So yes, I guess I'm a fucking enigma or something. It's just gray eyes, fucking rare blood. I'm a vampire.
I'm a chimera. That is literally what I am.
Nice. Hey, you've little Jinx.
Chimera. And humans is actually different from chimerism in animals.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes started out the palest, most icy blue. And then at around And then at around 7, they started changing color. They became hazel. They became green. And now they're almost turning amber.
Meanwhile, mine have been the same corpse gray since birth.
Actually, maybe I just have mood eyes. As in literal
I
mood
have
eyes.
mood ring.
I have mood eyes, and as I grow older, my mood grows perpetually worse, and so now they've changed color to angry.
I mean, no joke. David Howard Thornton, you know, everybody knows as Art the Clown, says the same thing because his eyes are naturally are fairly green like yours. But according to him, and I actually have noticed this in photos, that they do change to gray sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of wild. It's just like, damn. But yeah, according to him, it dictates how he feels. Like if he's not feeling the best, then yeah, his eyes are gonna be a little bit grayer. Versus like if he's really animated, then they're like a darker green. And he also wears glasses like you, and is saying that his vision is pretty shit without them.
Oh yeah, can confirm my vision is shit without them.
I mean, I don't think he's to your level yet because I've seen plenty of interviews and stuff, and even in fucking Terrifier, he doesn't wear well, he could be wearing contacts now that I think about it, but still.
By the way, I now know what stoned vision is.
Yep.
You amateur.
Oh, you call me an amateur, motherfucker?
I'm calling you an amateur, yeah, because this is nothing. Try having my eyeballs for 5 minutes.
Oh God, I probably would fall out into a bush.
Yeah. Not only would you not be able to see anything like 5 inches away, more than 5 inches away from your face, you will also be seeing 2 of everything.
Oh, fun!
And they'll swirl around each other like a dream sequence. And so it's like, now that I know what it's like to have stone vision, I'm just like, this is nothing. You amateurs, how was this hard?
Oh, hey, oh damn, Ricky, hold up.
Huh?
Oh no, there goes more money.
Uh-oh. Nationally?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just in your state or nationally, Ricky, because if it's in your state, honestly, it makes sense. Yeah, THCA will get you there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, your state.
Oh, in your state, gotcha.
You live in Oregon, yeah? That makes sense.
Ricky lives near me.
Oh, okay.
Like no joke, where Ricky lives, I could probably drive there in like a day.
No, it's the other person who lives in Oregon.
Yeah, I'm quite buzzed as well.
Yeah, my fingies is starting to buzz. Like I said, I completely forgot that I only got like 6 hours of sleep last night.
It's starting to hit you along with that, that gummy.
Yeah,
like,
I need like 12 hours of sleep to feel rested, and last night was actually why. I get flare-ups in the morning, and often in my sleep. And every once in a while, I'll wake up during it. But that means I don't actually get a lot of good sleep. And so I need like 12 hours of sleep to be rested. I only got half that. And yeah, that is hitting me along with the indica, which is also the sleepy time weed.
That's why they call it indica and the couch. Is you and the couch will become one. It's like that one stupid like anti-drug commercial about the the girl high on marijuana and she's like melted into the couch. Yep, they weren't far from the truth on that. I mean, fucking better than getting into a car fucking blaster drunk and, you know, killing someone in a drunk driving accident.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be glued to the couch or bed and fucking, you know, watch TV or some shit, not do all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I mean, speaking of bed rotting, Soundgarden is a mood right now with Black Hole Sun.
Black hole sun.
Rest in peace, Chris
Won't you
Paul.
come?
God, this is really an episode about death. Jesus. I mean, we're right up my alley, but not this manner. Come on now.
Ah. Friggin'. You know how they say, you know, if you get an itchy palm, it means you're going to get money?
Yeah, where's my money? I've been wondering about that for fucking years.
I can confirm it's fake.
Right.
Myth.
It's your palms being fucking weird.
So Zombie has psoriasis, and Zombie has psoriasis at the center of her palm.
Mm.
You know, experiment confirmed. I myth busted that shit. You don't actually get money if your palm is itchy.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a few times where I've had to break out my prescription strength hydrocortisone on this thing because it will hurt so bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fucking last night my tattoo decided to itch out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck?
Sometimes that happens, man.
I was just like, why is this arm in particular fucking itchy? Like, right now it's fine. But yeah, last night it's like I'm trying to go to sleep. And it's just like, you know, itch. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I can only imagine.
They can get itchy due to weather changes.
Mm-hmm. As I say, I can only imagine with your tattoo because you have a lot more ink than I do.
Mm-hmm. I need more. I feel lopsided.
Same. Oh, hiccups. It's like, but we're both borderline broke, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to know someone who was an aspiring tattoo artist, and she was actually pretty good. She was going to give me discounts, but yeah, I don't fucking work with her anymore. I'm like, damn it, and I've lost her contacts too. Because she experimented on herself mainly, and she had this beautiful, like, floral piece on her thigh. Like, it was really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky, I'm actually surprised you don't have any.
Yeah, that's actually surprising, honestly.
You're what, 55 or 56?
Well, you have to change that now.
Girl, road trip. Zombie, you want to fly out to such and such area?
Oh.
Tattoo date.
Wait, what?
Oh, talking about taking Ricky to get her first tattoo.
I mean, I got mine at Slave to the Needle, which is a pretty renowned
right, like one of the places to get a tattoo, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got mine at the next county over, mainly because I heard way too much bad shit about the ones in my area. Especially the one that's down the street from me. Yes! You should get a tattoo of Miss Divine. That would be amazing. Fucking John Waters would love that shit.
Why the fuck would your doctor say that? Like, they're actually pretty sterile. Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That changes. That makes sense.
You
that
use,
we
Yoda, you use the Yoda technique.
Right. No, I got you now, Ricky. Although, golly, it sucked getting little Heisey Doodles fucking between his legs tattooed on, because that went right over a vein. I was just like, ow! Everything else though wasn't too bad though.
Yeah. I've owned cats my entire life, so to me it was just like getting scratched by a really angry cat. In fact, actually, it wasn't even as bad as cats, but that's probably because I am not allergic to the ink like Ricky is. But yeah, it's like once I had that reference point, I was chill.
And hell, even I confirmed it with, my first and right now only tattoo. Because afterwards, it didn't, like, hurt, but it felt, like, sore almost. But it was strange because, it just felt, like, sore. Even though mine only took maybe 30 minutes to do. And what was yours? Like, what, 1, 2, 3 hours?
3 hours.
Yeah, yours is cool, though. I like the design of it, though.
I know, same here. Again, my plan on the other arm is to have the state flowers of the state, and it's going to be the state flowers. I'm going to have the state flowers of every state I visited. And I'm going to have, like, the national fruit of every country I've ever been to.
I think that's cool, though.
And of course, that sort of incentivizes me to travel more so I can get more flowers on my arm.
Meanwhile, so far my left arm has been reserved for celebrity doodles. Since I have one, I would like to have more. Because it would make my arm look so fucking chaotic and random. It's like, but each one would have a story. And hell, even if I forget the story at, dementia age, I at least will have something that looks cool. But I also, another one I want to get, it's like the number one on my list aside from the celebrity doodles, is a tattoo done of my state's golly, my brain is going down today. I am so happy I talked about the serious shit first.
Right.
While I was still coherent. I mean, speaking of fucking dementia. But, no, I wanted to get a tattoo of a copperhead snake because it's native to my state. And it's also the very first snake I've ever caught / held. It was a baby copperhead. But I also want to get my state's national flower tattooed around said snake.
Yo, that would be really cool.
It's like, it's beautiful, and it has a key, like, a core memory of mine.
Yeah, for me, on my other arm, I just want the state flower of every state I've been to, and the state and the national fruit of the countries I've been to.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, though. Although now I think about it, with some of the celebrity doodles that I do want to get, hopefully when I start going back to cons again, I'm gonna have to warn a couple of them. It's like, please don't draw dicks.
Yeah.
It's like be somewhat PG-13 at least, because I have to permanently wear. Well, I don't have to permanently wear them. I could just not get the tattoo. But it'd be my dumbass decision to put like a mini dick on my arm or some shit. I know one of them that I do want to meet would probably draw a clown of some sort.
Yep.
I mean, I don't mind that. Like if I met David Howard Thornton, it's just like, oh my god, I thought the clown. Because he actually does, this is what I love about him, he actually does fucking photo ops in the clown costume. And now since Terrifier 3 has come out, he'll also do them in the Art Santa outfit, which looks awesome. See, I've never had a photo op like that before, and I think it would be a cool.
Closest thing I can think of is
Ricky, you bitch. Of course, you think about that. Nasty. Oh my god. Okay, I was going to highlight that comment, but then I realized, man, YouTube might take me down if I put, the big ass words cock on the screen. Like, yes, YouTube, there is a big ass cock on stream. Fuck. Yeah, I was thinking about having to warn certain celebrities about not drawing like mini dicks, mainly because fucking it was Jackass 2, the movie, where fucking Bam Margera got his friend Ryan Dunn to brand him with a metal mini dick, and Ryan obviously flinched when he first tried to do the brand on Bam, and because Bam jumped, and so then fucking Bam ended up having like 6.5 mini dicks on his ass. Yeah, rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. 12 years since that death. No, 13. Yeah, he died in 2012 of a drunk driving accident. He was the drunk.
Fucking Jackass. Who the hell signs himself up for that shit?
Gen X idiots in the 90s. I mean, hell, there's rumored to be another Jackass film in the works, and I'm like, most of y'all are in your fucking 50s, almost 60s. Y'all need to retire. I think the youngest one is probably Bam, and he's already in his late 40s. Like, come on now.
It's so dangerous, man. This is why girls live longer.
Right. It's like we have a little bit of self-preservation.
Yep.
Ricky, you get banned from everywhere, I swear.
Uses language and violated terms of service.
I mean, honestly, if you ever heard Ricky speaking in person, you would just be like, holy shit, she got a mouth.
Be like, Mom, is that you?
Right. I mean, she curses like a sailor.
Uh-huh.
Which I'm all here for, and Ricky knows that. But actually, I will be right back. I have to use the bathroom.
So do I.
All right, bathroom break. Ah!
Okay. Well, Zombie has returned. And we'll I could be better, but I'm here. It's like, oh. Just been dealing with things. Gonna send this video to Christine. Actually, I don't know if she's seen it yet, but I want to send it to her. Much love to you too, Ricky.
Done.
Yay.
Ugh. Oof. Oh my god, Ricky, if you're still in chat, I was just thinking about like this one channel I love on there. The guy who gets stoned and he calls the series Baked While Baking. It's so fucking funny. Because ironically enough, he can still like actually fucking make these dishes, and they're actual dishes. They're not just an amalgamation of weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, damn, I would actually eat some of that. It's like, it's not completely fucked up. Yeah, the guy is so flamingly gay, and it's great, too. Like, there's one where he's like, oh, this recipe is so fruity. Like me. I'm like, oh my god. Well, damn, girl. Ricky, you need to go find Michael. Go find your husband. I bet it does. You probably got fucking very sativa heavy. Sativa will turn you into a whore. Oh, okay. So we're gonna end it a little early because I just got a message from Zombie that she is not feeling well. So it cut this a tiny bit short, but thank you for coming out, Ricky. It was good talking to you. But everyone have a good night. Bye-bye.